having a tough game. It's like that when you're on the road, and a lot of times if you have raucous crowds, sometimes it's a little bit harder to concentrate or focus or hear. So you have a tendency to commit more mistakes when you're on the road than you are at home. So it happens. And they're kids, they're kids doing their thing. Oh man, stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Okay, and their kids doing their thing. Some of them are, in their 70s, 80s and shit. Yeah. Joe Biden, yeah, and their kids doing their thing. Barack Obama, and their kids doing their thing. I'm a man, stand up for the Lord's Prayer, and their kids doing their thing, right? So they had the thing, with this stuff, like when they talk to Mr. Sabas and Jeffrey Hinton, you got to understand, and their kids doing their thing. And a man stands up for the Lord's Prayer. And, but these kids are allowing this man to stand up and do his thing. So that's a good thing, okay? And so you got to understand that as far as things in the hands of bad actors. You seen those Lockheed Martin commercials and shit? Carries 30,000 pounds. And okay, so if we have a remote community that we help get better plumbing and better this and electricity and solar with panels that won't get blown away, put into places where it's safe and stuff like that, and secured, firmly and tightly so they function and work well. Because the lady where was it, in Texas or whatever, the other day died. The solar panel blew off and killed her. Okay. And so people trying to save a buck, and it killed the lady because, people won't live the Lord's Prayer. Assholes. And so you get these people, and they talk, bad actors, and technology has always been mainly used to mass murder people. Okay. They talk about it in history class. We have the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, the Steel Age. What was that used for? To mass murder! God damn you, catapult, gunpowder, sorry-ass, stupid-ass motherfuckers. This could be used to kill people, you think? Okay, Lockheed Martin. You're not using those helicopters to help make life better for people in remote areas of the world? You fly in, bring stuff they need, food, certain things for right solar energy for that. If someone gets hurt, fly them out to a place if they don't have the facilities available to repair a body if a solar panel struck a 70-year-old woman, right? Don't tell me about her arms, I've been there, right? Don't tell me about the way she purrs, I've been there. Assholes. Making poor Tommy Edwards and my grandpa drink themselves to death because life's eternal, grace is infinite, past, present, future operate at the same time. Hey, it's George Orwell in the third 7510. Okay, do you understand? Guys, there's a reason why there are books and stories about my life before I was born, and not about Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg or Warren Buffett or Jules Verne or Karl Marx or Machiavelli or John Bunyan, so on, so forth. Okay. There are stories about people that are the source of faithful communications that give us real religion, and I did not invent the tree, and I did not invent the sun. And it's not a product of my imagination. And I'm not Sam Harris, and I didn't come up with a computer to give you everything you do in your life. And how do you know your life isn't a computer operation? Will be the best fucking computer program you can possibly fucking be, you little asshole. Okay. Yeah. God. When you hear people talk and then they say how crazy and stupid religious people are, well, at least they believe in atonement, and they believe doing to others you'd have them do unto you. They believe they're going to be punished if they're bad after they're dead, which life's eternal and grace is infinite. And if you're bad and then you die and your children inherit hell because you believed you were part of a computer program and Abrahamic religion is the problem, you see what I'm saying? I'm dealing with assholes left. Cannons to the left, cannons to the right. I'm Rafael Del Ghetto. What can I say? Right? And so, where's my daishiki and my afro, right? Motherfuckers. And so you got these people, and they all, man, it's hard. It's hard to connect to, Malcolm, Malcolm the second, you understand why he was having such a hard time, and a lot of things that affected Ian, Regina's little boy, yeah. And they're all boys stuck in hell because we're all little boys and we play with dangerous Lockheed fucking Martin. Lockheed fucking Martin. Those are the assholes that were the biggest industry in my hometown before I was born. Halliburton and Lockheed Martin. We built another thing to mass murder and fly people in and fly them out and blow them up and bring a can of whoop ass. Oh, God damn, it's the Combat Carls. And the funny thing is, I could kick all the Combat Carls to those guys we had to deliver shit to, and they were all jocks, and I'd love those guys, like all the football players. And the same thing with, Coach Johnson's nephew, lifting those weights. I said, man, I complimented you. I said, wow, that's a lot of weight. I don't think it was just something like I was a faggot. I was like, look, man. And he started talking shit. And I said, hey, I was being polite and shit, and, just being a good teammate and shit. Well, yeah, of course I walked up to Jeff Zigmund after the passing drill yesterday when I turned around and he threw the ball right at my nutsack on purpose, and I caught it, ran back to the thing, tossed him the ball and said, you do that again, I'm shoving it up your ass. Kaforis and Allen thought it was great. They don't like Zigmund either. She's just the best quarterback on the team. But he's an asshole. I remember when the year before, he knelt down in their last game of the year to pick up the ball that he fumbled. And Marco Fortiche came up behind him and kicked him in the ass. And I remember telling Anthony, he shouldn't have done that. That's not right. He goes, no, Zigmund's an asshole. That's why he did it. It was just the end of the year and it was all his frustration. I hate this fucker. Pow! He kicked him in the ass. It's like, Mark? I had a crush. Erica, his sister. She was like 4'10" and had the fullest little figure and little button nose and round and big and a beautiful sparkling afro. Oh, she was gorgeous. Yeah, Mark was a cute kid. He was about 5'6", stocky, big thighs. They were Fortiche. They were Nigerian, and it's Fortiche, but it's Fortiche. That's how you say it. Like Okafor, isn't Okafor, I think, Nigerian also? But I know. God, what's another? George, what was this? He was one of the stars on the football team when Patrick was a kid. I can't remember the name. I remember it's almost like it's like Nguyen, the Vietnamese name has like the N is like silent or something, and I can't remember how to say it. But yeah, no, I've always had a thing for Nigerian women. Oh yeah, a lot of them are very pretty. Certain of the tribes, they're kind of short and stocky like Edna, and just wow, compact and figures like whoa. Is that natural? Wow. I feel like Ready for the World. It's either Digital Display or Frankie Valli. Don't think of your dick. But no, sometimes you do. No, it's that way if they're nice and they love you and you get to have children from them and they're faithful for a lifetime and one day they die. You'd be like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much. At long last love is arrived and I thank God I'm alive. That happens a lot of times. It's, you got to understand, she's got to understand religion first. She's got to be faithful like Esther and Ruth. And then if it comes in that package, you're like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Like Adam said about Eve. And if you've ever seen Eve in prayer, she's gorgeous. She has an afro. And she's brown. And so like Erica Fortiche. No, Adam is Erica's color. Eve is browner. She's from a different tribe. He's dark black. And she's brown. Okay. And Eve, they're from two different tribes, like Running Bear and White Dove. Yeah, no. Adam and Eve, so that means people were procreating before Adam shared his faith in God and before that revelation, I guess we should call it, right? And then he ended up with a girl that wanted to get away from all the fighting and the tribalism, and her name was Eve, and she was, the Lucy thing. That's when she was. They make it look older than no. She was beautiful. She has, it's more darker than caramel, a little darker than red bone, and she has beautiful. You know how pretty the skin is, like Bill Russell said about that girl in San Francisco. It's like a shiny copper penny, right? Law was like that. So was Miriam. Oh my gosh, gorgeous, right? Beautiful, just like you'd be like having to touch, want to hold yourself. Big, soft, black eyes that you can see you can see your reflection in her eyes. And so when she's smiling and wanting you, you know, here we are again tonight, alone, just us two, with the lights are dim and true love is coming through. There's no one else in this whole world as far as we're concerned. We built ourselves a fire, so let it be. When you look at me like you do right now, I go to pieces. 'Cause I know what's on your mind, it's just me. You got that lonely look in your eyes like you've had so many times in hell. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Love you guys too. We haven't talked in a long time. But Dad's like, it's not crushing on Mom. It's just knowing faithful like Ruth and Esther is beautiful. Khadijah, right? And so she's gorgeous. She's so beautiful. It's like, wow. He's gorgeous too. Madonna's Leon's like a prayer thing. She's just bigger. Dad's big. That's really big, right? It was their time, and the animals that were around and stuff like that. I'm told the archaeological finds were doctored by the Europeans that found them because they didn't want to feel inadequate. But what happens when you genetically splice is you adapt to your environment to survive. Getting smaller isn't a good thing or a bad thing. Getting larger isn't a good thing or a bad thing. It's just what's happening in the environment. Healthy and happy, like I used to tell my wife. So that's all I care about is you're healthy and happy. Right? Be you 4'10" or 5'10", don't matter to me. It don't matter to me if you end up with someone who's better than me. Right now, no one's better than me, so that does matter to me. Okay, it doesn't matter to me what people look like, just as long as they're healthy and happy. And we want to make sure that when you're healthy, you look better because you're not abused, you're not burned, you're not breathing in carbon emission poisonings, you're not being tortured, you're not being abused, okay? So technology, it's going to be used to murder people. It's been used to murder people since way back when, So what made you think these assholes today are going to be any different than the assholes that gave you the Manhattan Project, Tularosa, the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, the Pyramids of Giza, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, it's stupid. Stupid is as stupid does. I gotta say, Bubba. Anybody want playing ping pong? So, I was thinking about getting a ping pong table so me and Jerry could sit there and do the little... Because we could do nutty things. Wait, like he used to do the weightlifting and pretend to be Lexi of Russia. Oh, that show was funny. Him and Oscar used to do that. That's just funny. Only they couldn't throw it down because of on our wood floors, so they had to set it back down, but they... and they lift and wow, and it was funny because they'd have the whole barbell thing full, and Jerry and Oscar used to clean it and lift it, and it's like and when they lift it up, they get compact because their body, and I don't know if too much of that is healthy. They do that because if you ever have to do it, but if you have to do it, you'll be able to. I've done things that other people I didn't believe he did that. It's like, I know they're a scientist. They don't believe anything. If they didn't make it up, it doesn't exist. If it's not in our archives. So they erased it, right? So, I've had things happen in my life that are like, wow, did I do that? Yeah. Well, it really wasn't me. It was everybody that believes in Adam and Eve. Right. Okay. I love you guys. We'll talk later. I'm going to go back to listen to my Aggie game. Hope the Aggies have a better composure and get things done a little bit better in the second half. We'll see. It's just a football game. Yeah, it's just a football game. I don't care who wins. Money's fake, and so are people that believe money's real. So don't be fake. Be real. Stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Support your local Messiah. Okay, guys. I love you. All right. Peace out, man.